back, everybody. I'm Brad.
I'm Steve.
He's back.
Yeah.
So as I talked about in the brewing of this Amarillo Smash all-grain beer, Steve and I are going to start a series of small batch brewing and try and almost get back to basics, trying out hops, how we wanted to start and how we actually did start. But and then we'll build on there. So this is the first experimental one that I did just to see. I'll link the Brew Day video up above. But really, a little over 2 pounds of raw 2-row, then fully 1 ounce of Amarillo, like 0.39 at 30 minutes, 0.29 at 5 minutes, then 0.32 as a dry hop 3 days into fermentation.
And it's a smaller batch, so if you're looking at those numbers and going, oh my god, that's not very much, it's very small batch.
Yep. So the goal was to put into the Mr. Beer 1.25 gallons, so that way when you did dry hop, at the end, hopefully you would get 1 gallon of liquid.
Yeah.
So going forward, that's what we'll be doing. Steve has a Mr. Beer. I have a Mr. Beer. I'm going to do raw 2-row. Steve will do Maris Otter.
Yep.
And then after that, maybe we'll switch it up. But we want to. He likes Maris Otter, or that's what you did technically 3-4 years ago when we started this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get. Then after we're done with smash beers, we'll add a little bit to it and see what we can make, like some Crystal 20, Crystal 40, Vienna, or whatever. Then start adding hops as we see the profile of each hop. Yeah. So on this beer, original gravity was 1063. It finished at 6.75 bricks on a refractometer. So you do have to calculate or adjust for a refractometer because it does not take sugar into account. So in the end, this is a 7.5% ABV beer. Beersmith called for this to be 6.2.
Oops.
Now this, I did leave this in the Mr. Beer fermenter for 2 weeks as an IPA because I was like, technically, I believe after it's done fermenting, you could bottle it.
Yeah, you could.
But I'm like, just let it play. I did dry hop after 3 days, so that way it was at high corrosion. It was pushing all that air up, so when I put the hops in there, the oxidation was very minimal. Now, Steve was making fun of plastic bottles before we started this. I used the plastic bottles that came with the Mr. Beer. I also went with the directions of the carbonation drops. So there's 2 in here.
Okay.
So
I'll do the same then.
Well, hopefully we don't get wet when I open this.
Yeah.
Because it is a little firm, but it was a lot firmer, obviously, when I did them because there was no carbonation. So we'll see how this goes. Okay.
Not as much carbonation as I thought.
No. And I think I got 4 of these big bottles, 25-ounce bottles, from the Mr. Beer.
Just 4?
Yep.
I think I got 11.
No, 4 out of the 1 and 1.25 gallons.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah,
so
you should have had a 12-pack.
Yeah.
Or a 6-pack. No, 12.
Well, there's, 100... How many ounces are in a gallon?
Every gallon's a 12-pack. That's what I go by. Roughly. Over a gallon. Give me some floaties. Huh?
Yeah. And, whoa. Okay, I'll stop there. And what I did, obviously, because it's the Mr. Beer kit, I opened the spigot, put the bottle on there, and let it flow. And I was thinking we were going to get trub.
Yeah, that's fine. Shouldn't change the taste.
So it is raw 2-row, so the level bond is, I almost want to say 2, even though this has 1.8. I thought it was a little bit darker than a regular 2-row.
Yeah, it depends on the manufacturer sometimes too, though.
Okay. But, so, it's almost New England style now.
Yeah, it is.
Head is sticking around, small and medium bubbles. It is off-white. It's almost like the color of the crap that went down into the beer. Yeah. As putting that stuff in there...
It wasn't hazy.
Yeah, it wasn't, but yeah, now it's almost like a dark orange juice color. Mm-hmm. Like, yours isn't as hazy as mine.
Not as bad.
Okay, we're back. I got it. So, Amarillo is a supercharged version of Cascade. Okay. Flavor profile is floral, tropical, citrus. The citrus is more lemon, orange, and grapefruit. Orange character is the biggest characteristic. So, and that is, I'm sure, I can't remember, I think I went to More Beer and looked at all their hops, and that's what I used for the flavor profile. So maybe Northern Brewer or somebody else might say something a little bit different. So what do we get for a smell?
Smells a little tropical, not much.
I think I pick up on that maltiness, maybe a little, like, I almost want to say like lemongrass.
Yeah.
Like a lemon with a little juicy tropical note in there, but nothing very big.
No.
Let's taste.
Gotta get used to drinking with a mustache.
Gonna be saving some for later.
Yeah, I can see where it say orange.
Mm-hmm.
I can taste a little orange.
I don't know. Yeah, it's almost like up front, it's a little bit malty. Mm-hmm. But
it dissipates fast.
Yeah, then it goes into almost like a little bit of a bitter orange in there with a little bit of bitterness as it goes down.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're getting as much malt as you are from 2-row.
I know. Well, it's raw 2-row. It's not regular 2-row. And I think we're also going to review some other home brews in tonight. Mm-hmm. And I've used that raw 2-row and everything.
Okay.
So we should see that kind of biscuit toasted note in every single one.
Yeah, but I mean 1.8 to 2.2 isn't that big of a toast. So you wouldn't think. I mean, it's not like it can be like mine. Will be.
But see, I think that's why people should start out with a lot of smash beer, single malt, single hop, because you can get pale 2-row, you can get somebody else's regular 2-row, you can get raw 2-row.
Then you can flip the countries, Belgian, German. Yeah, flavor profiles change. And then you can upgrade to mirror solder.
Yeah. Like I do. I don't know if it's just my palate warming up, but I do get more of a citrus, but I still get that orange bitterness a little bit in there. Oh. So I would say they're correct in their profile that citrus is, or orange is the dominating thing that comes out of here.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a hop you'd use in a summer IPA kind of brew versus like a winter one. Sure, but I don't know. Orange kind of reminds me of
Oberon summer. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I think that raw 2-row, that little bit of maltiness,
it's turning off.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I could drink this, I would drink it, I would probably make a 5-gallon batch of this, because it's light, it's not going to wreck your palate, it doesn't drink like a 7.5% beer.
Not at all.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a smash beer, so, But yeah, just that little bit of malt up front
might turn some people off, but no, I like it. I mean, I'm like you. I would drink it. I'd probably tweak it a little bit. I might even see what happens if I added a little more malt and hopped up the biscuit flavor just a little bit.
See, but I think, well, and that's what we're going to see too, is how consistent it is in brews, because the next all grain, maybe that hop takes over some of that malt and you don't get that malt. And then the next time the malt comes out even more, because if you start, if it continues like this, we should be around 7.5% ABV on all my Roar 2 row.
Right.
Your Maris Otter could be different depending on the sugars that come out.
Yeah.
But if you go adding more, you're going to creep up to like 8.5. That's why we're only making 4. I think this is good. I think this is obviously one that is used in a lot of New England IPAs. And I think this will help us when we get down the road, because now we know, for us anyway, and you guys will have to let us know what you guys get, that orange bitterness is what I get the most out of a Amarillo hop.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I guess I see now too why they kind of pair Amarillo with like a Citra or something else, because like the Citra kind of flavor wise to me doesn't have as big a bite as this Amarillo has. So that bitter orange and then the Citra kind of tropical flavor, they blend well together versus some other hop. So.
And we are going to do Citra. We're going to make a separate video on all that. So, but yeah, if you guys, before we go, what do you think about the carbonation?
It's hanging around more so than I thought. But I don't know if it's really, like, you're not getting, I mean, you are getting some
I burped
bubbles.
once. I can feel it a little bit on my tongue. For me, I would say at least this batch worked.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, your IPAs aren't supposed to be as bubbly as a
lager.
A lager anyways. But I was just surprised because when you opened it, it didn't seem like a lot of pressure came out, but it must have really been within that beer
there
anyways. So, no, I think it carved well.
Yeah. And we'll also do a review once we get some of these done of the Mr. Beer kit. But if anybody's picked one up, you're going to have to buy more caps. But do you? Just because that's not sealed, like
maybe that's a test we do.
Because that's what I was thinking. Redo the cap. Yeah, you can, because when you have to like twist these on, and when I did, I was like, oh crap! I just broke that seal, because it's like, you know, like you're opening it, but obviously it was nothing. But yeah, I wonder if we could reuse the caps.
I would think you could. I mean, because really this is just letting you know if anyone's broken the seal before or not.
Yeah. It's
not really holding anything down.
Right.
But it sounds like an experiment to me.
Yep. So on one of the batches, it might be bad.
We'll just put one bottle in and, do the rest with new caps.
So, yeah, lacing's good, I think, on this. Mine's down a little bit more than yours, but yeah, I think for this first one, it went well. Let us know if you guys are making any smash beers, or if you want to make this one. It'll be in the description below of what I used. Also, the Brew Day video does have everything there that I used.
And I'm not knocking plastic bottles. I just, it doesn't look as appeasing as like a glass bottle, but I think they're great in the fact that if you're new to this and you do overcarb, you're not popping tops. Yeah. Like you're opening it and you're going, oh crap, you can shut it really quick versus bottle you pop that top and I mean, I've had volcanoes before and
and what I was doing on this one is every day I would come down and I would do the squish test, and then it was getting so big and I was like, crap, I hope it makes it so we could do this, because I was like, what's it going to to do? Is it going to unthread that, blow that thread? Because I doubt it's going to break this unless
it takes a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So, but again, I've been sitting here doing reviews and have bottles blowing up right down beside me. So, yeah. So, cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we will have this series going here soon with a lot more of those. And if you guys have any, recipes or any smash combinations you want to see, let me know. Put it down in the comment, and we'll get brewing it. We've got a homebrew shop right up the road now that has the majority of stuff, so we can go pick stuff up. And again, they're smash beers, almost pure IPAs. So, 10 days and it's done. Mm-hmm. So, quick. Cool. Yep. So thank you for joining us. Thumbs up if you like this. Thumbs down if you don't. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, I'm Brad.
And I'm Steve.
Happy brewing.
See you next time.